Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Quest Board's The Rats Invited. My name is Tesia Brandenburg, and I'll be your DM for the day.
I'm Mandy, Chandler, and I'm going to be playing Pharys again.
Hey, I'm Ben Riley, and I'm playing Clyde Erasmus Fleabag today.
Hey, I'm Izzy DeCorso. I think I'm playing London, Yorkshire.
Well, I hope so. All right, just a quick recap of last session. You guys went to a little ball. You had a great time at this ball. Well, some of you. You, Clyde, shared a dinner with your family. Had some discussions with them. Wasn't great, wasn't fantastic, but for the first time, you resisted your dad's enchantment magic that was being done to you, which was pretty dope, bro. And you decided to leave. You walked out of the building before the ball started. You got told during that you were expected to make a speech in the favor of your family. You walked to Pharys's room, figure out that London got a very poor people room in your mansion, and decided that you were going to tell the automaton to get him switched over to a better room. Got switched over to a better room. You all kind of sat and talked while Clyde threw up a couple times, had a couple crash outs. It was great. After this kind of heart-to-heart you guys had, Clyde went to his room to kind of just rest and wait until he was summoned, essentially. Pharys, London, you went to the ball. You had a great time. London, you got assortments of fancy cheese, which was fantastic. Pharys, you danced with a sexy crow boy that went to school with Clyde. And as you were doing that, Clyde, you were crashing out in your room. You got a knock on your door from your sister, and had this kind of heart-to-heart conversation of her just asking you to go with what your parents wanted you to do. You told her no, essentially, and that you weren't going to be chained down to your parents' expectations anymore. And your sister sadly agreed, said that, she needs you to just not think of yourself as much as you do. And you kind of walked away. You went to the ball. You did this speech, which was fantastic, by the way. You did this fantastic speech, pretty much denouncing your parents and announcing your love for your two companions that you have, and how they've protected you more than your family ever did. And it was just this beautiful thing of blood may be thicker than water, but, you care about the water a little bit more than your family. And it was great. Your dad got a little bit upset with you, tried to enchant you, but you withstood it again. London, unfortunately, didn't withstand it, though, and has been told that for the rest of the night he's supposed to just ignore your existence. And London took this in a way of not ignoring your existence because, he doesn't want to talk to you, but because he's got things to do. So, as you, walked around London, tried to steal from this mansion in the ballroom, you ran into Clyde's sister, Helvetica, where you got taken back into the ballroom and shared a lovely dance, which was a little weird for you to see, Clyde. Pharys and Clyde, you guys had a lovely little chit-chat about what was going on and how you were worried about things. Pharys decided to go down to the bar and had a chat with Dean Archibald Mage, this little ferryman who was getting absolutely blasted from the free rich people alcohol at this bar. And you also got blasted. You had a great time. You and Archibald Mage are drunk together, decided you wanted to go and have a chit-chat with Clyde's dad. And so you had a chat. Clyde pretty much dragged you guys away from that situation. And then you guys saw Stalk walk up to this microphone that was on the top of this balcony and announced that, she had a little something for guys and she wanted to see you guys. And so she called you guys into this hallway. You decided to go along anyway. Walked into this hallway with her. She confronted you guys about what was going on with this box and how somebody else got their hands on it. Through a couple deception rolls, you, Clyde, and London you successfully deceived her from thinking that you had anything to do with it, but unfortunately, sadly, a disadvantaged, drunk Pharys did not succeed her deception check, and Stalk called two more people to her and said, arrest Pharys Lichtwald for interfering and stealing property. And Pharys ended us off with, I didn't even get to open the box. And that's where we left off last session. So we're starting with this scene. 2 people are walking up this hallway. There's still this automaton that tried to interfere last time that you told him to wait until she tried to do it again. So he's waiting until she tries to do it again. And these 2 big men in full armor are walking up, about to put Pharys in handcuffs and arrest her, as you guys are just standing in this hallway that is right outside the ballroom where everybody else is. I also forgot to mention that you guys do have a symbol that you guys can do that means release chaos, that has also been told to Archibald Mage as well, where you put your hands like elk horns on your head, and then that means, you just let loose. Anyway, what are you 3 doing in this scene?
I'm probably just looking back and forth at Clyde in London with just the most panic in my eyes you have ever seen.
Good.
Clyde, what do we do?
Oh, all right, now hold on.
The men are still just walking out.
I step in front of them.
Okay. Yeah, they're coming kind of behind where Pharys is, so you kind of take a step. Are you looking at them, or are you looking at Stalk? They're on opposing sides of the hallway as you.
Good question.
Yes.
I put my hands out to the guys.
If you choose one, I'll take the other.
Okay, and I look at Stock.
Okay. Hands out to the guys. You
Yeah.
look at Stalk. What are you doing, Lennon?
Oh, I'll big man walk to the guys then if he's handling stock.
Okay, sounds good. You're looking at Stalk. You have your hand out to the guys, kind of guarding Pharys in her drunken state, being like, I didn't even. And you start stalking towards these 2 big men. They're about your size.
Yeah, not really sucking at them, but standing in front of Pharys.
Okay, sounds good. And you're just protecting Pharys, both of you. You can see this automaton kind of to the side, kind of like cocks his head at you, Clyde, as you're staring at Stalk. You can see his little metal fingers starting to twitch as he's just standing there waiting for Stalk to approach you in a threatening manner, because that was the order you gave him. These 2 men continue walking, and Stalk just kind of cocks her head at you, Clyde.
I say, now what? Usually, a legal arrest you need evidence. What evidence do you have that Pharys has done any kind of crime?
Well, I know you 2 didn't do it, and there was only 3 people who could have possession of this box, which means it had to have been her.
Yeah, but a hearsay by deduction is not evidence to denote a crime.
Well, I suppose...
Can you prove that she did it right here and now?
Sure I can.
Go ahead.
And she kind of takes a step forward, and you see the automaton's hand kind of clenched to his face.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
And he kind of just nods his head, yes. And she takes a step forward, and you see as she takes out this little book, an actual book this time.
Wow.
Yay.
And she opens it up, and you see as a little hologram appears, and you watch as a little hologram of what looks like Pharys sneaks into a room, not at the tavern you guys stayed in, just a room that you 2 are sleeping in, and takes the box for herself and walks out of the room, which didn't happen.
Yeah, now I can tell you for a fact that is fake. We at no point slept in the same room, ever.
She goes, well, it's my word against yours.
Oh, so you're just evil.
Well, I mean, no. The 2 guys keep walking and are going to try to move you out of the way.
Oh, yeah, no.
I take out my wand,
Okay.
and I say, now I don't want this to get messy, but it could. Perhaps you want to stop?
And she kind of closes the book and puts it away into her, coat jacket she has, and takes another step towards you. She towers over you. She's 7 feet tall, significantly taller than you are, and takes another step closer, and you see the automaton, his other fist kind of clenches, and he cocks his head to you.
Yeah, a bead of sweat rolls down my forehead,
'Kay.
and I swallow, and I nod to the automaton.
And he goes, yes, sir! And you watch as this automaton, in quick motion, quickly rushes over and goes to tackle Stalk, which I'm gonna do a roll off against myself.
Cool. Yeah, we'll just sit by while you play the
Which
game.
is great. He got a natural 20.
Dang.
My first roll of the session, and
Good
it was in
robot.
your guys' favor. You watch as this automaton rushes over. He's still like smaller in stature than she is. He's like 6 feet tall, but he rushes over and body slams her. And you see as she like hits into the side of the wall, and he grips onto her. You can hear his metal like clanking around as she's trying to break out of it. These two guards kind of rush over, and you see them reach over to their swords they have on their side, London, as they're walking over, watching this scene unfold.
I'm gonna. Do you want to do something before I grab you and run out of the room?
I can cast Pass Without a Trace, and so we can get out with anyone detecting us.
Yeah, there is like a ballroom right next to you that's filled to the brim with people.
I just need to see Dean Mage.
Yeah. You just need to see Dean Mage.
I just need to see Dean Mage.
This is D&D.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, can I just turn tail and grab Pharys?
Are you casting Pass Without Trace?
Yeah, sure. I'll give us the extra benefit.
Yeah. What is the added to stealth of that?
It's +10 to
Plus 10.
stealth and leaves no tracks.
Great.
That means I have a plus 21 to
Oh
stealth.
my gosh.
Jesus Christ.
I could cast Blur on you and like really.
How many people can that be casted on?
It says that anyone like within
A
my
radius.
range, yeah.
'Kay.
Isn't it allies within range?
You and each creature you choose.
No.
Okay,
Ooh.
so
oh
yeah.
yeah, paladin stuff.
Who all are you picking in this situation? Just
Clyde and London.
great. Sounds good. Just making sure. You cast out on the automaton, and he's like, "Wow,
I can do so much now.
wow, I can sneak anywhere I want."
Sneaky robot.
You cast it on these two.
Yes.
What does your Pass Without a Trace feel like or look like for these two?
It feels almost like a cloak or a curtain has like draped over you, and so it's this like slight cool fabric on your skin.
Big fan of that.
Ooh, fantastic.
Clyde makes that noise.
Because,
Silk?
yeah, you get this nice coolness on your skin. Are you still dragging Pharys out as you feel this?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab Ferris's like hand.
Okay.
Because she's drunk.
'Kay.
And I'm gonna run into the ballroom.
Okay, run into the ballroom. Clyde, you watch as London grabs onto her and starts to drag her out. What are you doing?
Okay, what are the two guys doing?
They're reaching for their sword and going to start chasing after them. You do have Pass Without a Trace, which means once you get into the crowd, you can roll your stealth to get lost in it.
Yeah. Let's make that a little bit easier, shall
Okay.
we? I'd like to.
I love you guys.
I'd like to misty step into the middle of the ballroom.
Oh, fantastic,
Beautiful.
yes.
And then, since we're not doing combat turns,
Yep.
I'm going to do my signature move and cast Fear.
Oh,
I would like to
fantastic.
create a stampede, please.
Oh, glorious. What is the radius of fear again? Will you
It's
remind me?
like, that's not in my mouth.
I know it's a lot.
It's big.
Yeah.
It's
Big ol' wizard man.
Each creature within a 30-foot cone must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or drop whatever it is holding and have the frightened condition for the duration.
30 foot? Okay.
And I think I can make it, here we go. I can make it bigger if I cast it at a higher level.
It's up to you.
So you know what? I'm going to cast this at 4th level.
4K.
So it'll be 90 feet.
90 feet. Okay. I'm gonna give you a couple directions you can cast this cone in. So you can cast it in the way of the door where London and Pharys are walking in, and people will start running away from you that direction, like towards where the guards are coming from. You can go towards the front door, towards the balcony, or towards the bar. Which way are you want?
I'd like for them to stampede towards where the guards are, because I believe in London's ability to make it through the crowd.
Okay, sounds good. You do have like significantly two athletic people who
Yeah.
could probably push their way through a crowd.
They're all rich idiots.
Yeah.
They're not strong.
It's true.
What do you mean? Dean Archibald Mage is there. He's getting blasted at the bar. Don't even stress about it. You go in and you misty step into this room. You guys are running inside. Pharys, you feel yourself get gripped and start getting dragged into this room as you cast this spell. And you fear. Are you saying anything specific while casting this, or what does this look like for the people who are scared of you?
Because I'm a pure illusionist, I want it to sort of manifest as like Clyde steps into the middle and people like notice him, and then he sort of grows into this like terrifying beast.
Yeah. Fantastic. As you get turn into this like mangled beast form of yourself, you can see this cone in front of you get this look of terror on their face. A lot of these people in this room don't even realize who you really are or want anything to do with you, so you turning into this beast makes them even more fearful and wanting to get away from you as they look at this beast in the middle of the room and start sprinting towards the door. London, Pharys, as you run inside, you see a bunch of people with this horrified look in their face, some people screaming, some people like white, as you run in, and they're rushing towards the door you guys are coming in from. Will you both roll, I'm going to say strength saving throws to try and push through this crowd?
All right.
Is Dean Archibald Mage looking this way?
Oh yeah, everybody's looking this way. Everybody who wasn't affected, some people...
London immediately makes eye contact with him the second he gets in the room and puts his hands up on his head like that.
Fantastic. You rush in as you do this. What did you get, Mandy?
Oh, I didn't roll yet.
Strength save, yes.
Yes, please.
It's gonna be a 24.
Of course.
17.
17. Both work. You're big people as you start to just shove through this crowd of people that are shoving by you guys and rush into this crowd. You can see a couple stragglers who like don't understand why people are running, but there's people running, so they're gonna run too, even though they're not frightened of Clyde. Start to run too, and about half of this room clears out, rushing straight towards where the guards are. And you put your hands on your head as you go into this room, giving Dean Archibald Mage this symbol. And you, all three of you, if you look at this symbol, go up, see the biggest smile cross Archibald Mage's face. And you see he like kind of twiddles his little hands together and he disappears for a second into this little fairy dust, just for a minute.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying when you don't know where the fairy went.
Yeah, the fairy man who is the love of my life.
I love him too.
This happens, you can see your dad, Clyde, looks very angry at what's happening. He doesn't know, but he saw you go into the crowd. You could try to get lost into the crowd so he can't find you as well if you want to, because you still have Pass Without a Trace. But he looks very mad as he starts his trek up to you. It's going to take a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I kind of intended for the stampede to just make it easier for us to exit the building.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, as long as fear works and I'm in the crowd, they'll continue running with me, so I can take this crowd wherever I want. So I'll stealth on in there, I guess.
Okay, you're stealthing into this crowd.
I get what from Pass Without a Trace?
Yeah,
Plus 10 to
plus
stealth.
10.
So will you
Thank
roll
God.
a stealth check for me?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Oh, pretty good. 27.
27.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You two get through this main crowd and see Clyde kind of slip in. You don't know where he is yet. You can actively find them if you want to go towards them right now, or if you want to just get out. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll go towards them.
Okay. You start making your way towards them. Are you two also trying to get lost in this crowd as they run past? Just running?
No, I'm going to the bar.
Great. You're dragging Pharys behind you. Are
Well,
you...
I mean, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
probably dragging you.
I'm-
You're drunk, yeah.
Yeah.
Being dragged.
Are you actively trying to fight against this at all, or
No.
you just let it go? Okay, great. Fantastic. You go through, you watch as they start to beeline towards the bar, Clyde, and are you chasing after them and going towards them?
Yeah.
Okay, you eventually meet up as this rushing is going by. You hear people screaming, people yelling. As you move through this crowd, more people start to run, because you look like this terrible little beastie to most people.
That's true.
And you start running towards this bar, and you all three are finally together as this chaos starts to happen around you. Go for it. What are we doing?
I like appear. So are we getting out of here? What's going on?
You see London hops over the bar.
Okay.
The
And he's-
bartender's like, hey.
Oh. Unaffected by my spells. Powerful bartenders in this.
Hey, it's
This
not in
world.
this direction.
He's going to grab, like the rich people wine,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to hand you one. I can't talk to you, so I'm going to put one on the
That's
counter.
true.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to start shoving one in my bag, and then I'm going to hop back over.
Great.
Ignoring this bartender the entire time.
Would you think that that London's interactions with me are noticeable to me?
Probably. You, like, actively talk to London, and London's never been, like, the most talkative to you, I guess, but
So I know.
he's definitely ignoring you to some capacity.
So I know my father.
Yes.
And I know the kind of thing that he would try to do.
Yes.
So I'm going to cast Friends on London.
Great.
What do I have to roll?
That's a good question, because you would actively oppose it, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Uh,
Not because he doesn't love you, but because he has to.
Oh.
Target wisdom saving throw DC 17.
Nope, I fell.
Okay,
Hey.
cool. Because of the way that charms work, it replaces the charm that you have already. So now we're just friends.
Oh, okay, cool. So we're just back to normal.
Now we're just friends, yeah.
Have you touched the wine bottle on the counter?
Yeah, as I'm like picking it up, I'm like,
That's really good. Fantastic. You start just shuffling out expensive rich people wines.
yeah. So as I'm like walking with you, and I'm like, why?
Cause
Oh, I thought you had like a plan.
no.
All
I
right.
just wanted the
What?
wine.
I don't think I can have any more of this.
No, it's for later.
Is it in a glass or in a?
It's like the bottle.
Oh, it's the bottle.
Yeah.
How alcoholic is this rich people wine?
So alcoholic.
I take out my handkerchief and I stuff it in a bottle.
Oh my god.
Just in case.
Yeah, of course. Just casually making a Molotov, that's all. There's plenty of like other handkerchiefs and stuff around too if you want to make more than one.
You think I don't have several handkerchiefs?
Yeah, you're right. I don't even know why I mentioned it in the first place. Yeah, you start just shuffling. Are you picking up these wine bottles as well? Pharys? I don't know, I forgot your name.
I'll like grab one and just kind of look at Clyde and go, "What are you doing?"
Just in case. You know, you never know. You never know when sometimes you got to make your own fireball if you can't cast it. So, you know.
How do you suppose we get out of here?
With the crowd rushing the door.
Just run.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yes.
You guys start to rush out. You finally hop back over this bar and start to rush out, and you see as the lights in the room seem to dim and change into different colors, and this like classical music that's playing turns into a slow jazz. Not from the bards, but just because.
Oh.
Okay.
As you hear this slow jazz start to permeate around you guys, the lighting changes around you into this dim mood lighting all around. And you see, as you start to rush back into the crowd, standing in the center.
Yeah.
Standing in the center is none other than Dean Archibald Mage.
Yeah.
He has made himself, just kidding, he's still small, and you see him with his hands out to his side, his eyes are closed, and he starts to spin in this slow little circle in the air as people rush around him. People seem to be, even with his small stature, avoiding him. Like the crowd is parting as he starts to spin in this slow circle, kind of bopping to the music that is playing around him now. And he's just having a good time right now. Are you guys just continuing to try to get out of this room?
Yeah.
Great.
I hope he remembers our conversations about elk.
Like Willem Dafoe in the Boondock Saints. That's what I'm imagining.
That's pretty accurate. Yeah, he's just having a good time as he's dancing around.
Sure, he's fine. We'll keep running.
Yeah.
Great.
I just needed a distraction.
Yeah, you guys keep running and keep going, and you see people start to notice Archibald Mage. The people who aren't frightened or feared and are just kind of like, what is going on? Notice him in the middle, and you see some people start to kind of get a jig in their step and start to move towards the center and start to dance with him.
Oh, no.
Even the bartender kind of hops over the bar and starts to do a little jig.
Tasha's
With him
irresistible
Yeah.
dance or something.
in the middle. You see Clyde, your father was starting to make his way. He made his way to the middle of this crowd trying to like figure out what was going on. And your father is a very, very powerful mage. but there is no mage more powerful than Dean Archibald Mage.
Oh, good.
And he spins in a circle, and you see your dad, who is angrily looking around for you, kind of turns and looks at this little fairy man doing a jig in midair and starts to dance into the middle with him.
Clyde just like stops dead and stares like, what the hell? Like you to the point where you have to like pull him.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll grab
Yeah.
both of your guys' hands.
You start to pull both Pharys and Clyde away, dragging these two people behind.
Clyde's still
you.
looking like a toddler, like when you're like, no, we can't go in there, and they're like, but
Look.
Ferris
at
does
the
that just
dancing.
because.
I'm like holding the wine bottle still, like, what in the world?
That's really good. And you hear as this smooth, slow jazz starts to play, continuing behind you. You can hear people's footsteps. These people who have never had like a peaceful dance in their life because they're all rich and trying to make connections, completely, release their inhibitions.
wow.
Feel the rain on their skin.
The way I was about to say that.
Yeah, and start jigging in the middle of this thing while people run in fear around them.
I didn't imagine Dean Archibald Mage wearing a tie-dye headband until now.
Oh, I'll draw it.
Like big circular sunglasses.
Oh yeah. That was in his college years.
Yeah, his little tiny bell bottoms.
Yeah, in his college years in the Fae.
In the Fae.
He had a great time as he starts to dance to this slow jazz music as you guys rush out of this building. You see the two guards that rushed in are trying to fight their way through this crowd, but they start to get dragged away and trampled by people. They're not gonna get really hurt or anything by this. They're wearing pretty thick armor. But you eventually rush out. What hallway are you going towards? Are you going towards the hallway that leads to the front door out of this building, the hallway that leads back to where you were, the hallway that leads to the balcony?
We need to grab our things.
Oh, I got my things.
Oh, I also have my things.
I left mine in my room.
All right.
Oh, yeah, where's your deer?
Oh, God. Where's
Oliver.
Dancing. He's dancing, right?
Is he dancing?
He's either dancing or running away. Those are the two options for a deer.
Oliver's dance.
Oh no. So he's safe.
He's safe.
fine.
He's
He's with
safe.
Archibald
He's
Mage.
just got to hear a little man in the background as his little elk body starts to go back.
He's like
Sort of sway.
8 feet tall. He's not very little.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start dragging him towards Ferris's room then.
Yeah.
Okay. You can also call on him.
Yeah,
So-
I can cast Find Seed whenever I want.
Yeah, so he's just dancing.
All right, be quick. We gotta go. This is like most of the people that were at this party were at least some level of wizards. So like once they're done dancing, we gotta go.
This building is a different building than the main building where your stuff is. So you guys have to make the run towards the
Yeah.
main building.
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine. I'll take lead because I know where it is. I
Yes.
live here.
Sounds good. Fantastic. As you break out into this hallway, trying to go into the front door of this place, you see around the corner, you can hear footsteps running off in the distance, but they're staying away from you specifically, so they'll never try to interact with you here, really. But you see around the corner Stalk fly into a wall and smash into it. You see her body leaving an indent in the wall, but she kind of just brushes it off like nothing really happened. And you see this automaton just kind of walk over.
Oh my god.
It's like a nemesis fight from
Yeah.
Resident Evil.
Walk over and go to take a swing at her, but you see his fist kind of lodges into the wall for a second, and you can hear his metal kind of cramming to get his fist out of the wall as Stalk stares you guys down. She's a fair distance away, maybe 120 feet from you guys, but she starts to run towards you.
Yeah, I light the Molotov and chuck it at the floor.
So I'm gonna do a little thing. You'll see
Crazy.
London starts rummaging through his bag and he pulls out this cute little pink bag. It's like a pink cinch bag, and he just like grabs dust in there and he goes, and we're invisible.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Invisible. There's a fire in this building. There's people running. There's a jazz dance.
I have a
happening.
question.
Yes.
So it says, every creature and object within 10 feet of me become invisible. Does this fire become invisible?
Is fire
An
an
object.
Let me do some research really fast. Is
Uh-oh.
fire in D&D considered an object?
Good question.
We could also just run 10 feet away. Like,
Well, if it's invisible, Stock won't know
see
to
it.
avoid it.
Exactly. That's what I'm hoping.
This says it is not generally considered an object and is instead a condition or a hazard that can affect
Okay.
objects. So it's not an object.
Okay.
Now
So
we
sorry.
could
DM discretion.
we could really get into like the floor and walls are objects.
Yes.
Like we could really get into that.
So this is why I say DM discretion. What do you think? Could this fire somehow become invisible? Because I can't use this dust anymore. It's very powerful. It's gone now that I've used it.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to make you roll for it, and
'Kay.
we'll let fate decide if this turns invisible.
Oh,
I'd
come
like,
on.
I'd like
Fire
to
an
posit a
object.
little bit of an
Yes.
advantage because of the way dust burns.
It's true.
So would it become a part of the fire?
Okay. I'm going to have you roll performance, just on if you can get this dust specifically, like, on you guys and the fire, with advantage, because you're getting some assistance. Did you want to help in some way, Fharys?
But I'd lose concentration on pass without a trace,
Ah.
so I'm not risking it.
Okay. My first roll was a 12.
Okay.
My second roll was a 16.
A 16? I'll give it to you.
Yes! Invisible fire.
Invisible fire.
You guys turn invisible, and this fire turns invisible.
Let me roll a d4 really quick. Well, 2d4. That's how many minutes we'll be invisible for.
Okay.
And so with this
Interesting.
fire, 6 minutes.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay, 6 minutes, this fire's invisible. 6 minutes, you guys are invisible?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me read to see if there's anything else.
Sorry, I have to do some research on something really fast.
On fire.
On fire.
It's
Okay.
hot.
So it still works like the
you.
invisibility spell. If you attack or
Okay.
use a spell, it will wear off.
Gotcha.
So, okay. I'm checking an amount of minutes for this.
Are you checking to see how much of the house it burns?
Yes.
Oh.
If the fire spreads, will it continue to be invisible?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I didn't mean to burn down their house, but
I
whatever.
mean, it's not their house. It's just the ballroom, really. But
Yeah.
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 The
Still,
ball
There's a lot
hall.
of like people in there
Yeah.
There's a lot of people
that are stuck
there.
dancing.
I got the answer I needed. So.
Oh man.
Yeah, 6 minutes is a long time for a
6
building to
minutes
be
is
on
a very
fire.
long
6
time.
minutes is a very long time for a building that's on fire that nobody knows is on fire.
Good
Yeah.
thing I can cast Find
Well,
Steed.
Did you put into thought that probably most of this building is made out of marble?
It's true.
So like the floors.
The floors will be. The floors and like maybe some like pews will be.
I was gonna
fine.
say I think carpets and stuff like tapestries will light, but that's about it.
As long as they're in the middle of the ballroom,
That's-
they'll be okay.
It's a
The
lot.
only fire I know is on the dance floor.
There's also like
Oh.
a bar full of alcohol and like
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff.
If we're not here, it's not our problem. So
Hey, they'll feel it.
yeah, they will.
They'll feel the flames.
Just dancing. They're like, oh, it's warm in
It's
here.
really warm right now.
Let's
It's
just
get too
getting hot
crunk.
in here.
Hey, y'all, let's
Interesting.
get
So
the
take off
hell
all-
out of here.
Yes.
All right.
We're going
Yeah.
to Ferris's room.
You go. You can hear the automaton's fist get kind of unstuck as Stock starts to run towards you guys. She moves pretty damn fast, but you guys can get out before she gets in. Especially with you being invisible, she gets this look of kind of like shock. But she saw you cast it. She knows you're invisible.
She saw me blow dust into the air.
And now you're not there anymore. She's not an idiot. And you go invisible and you run out the door. She also sees the door open and close as you run out the door and go off into the night. You could see people running out of this building, all the people that were frightened of Clyde, and you're just running towards the main building.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. You start going towards the main
I
building.
prepare another Molotov. Just in
Okay.
case.
Running as fast as you can. Are you wanting to go in like a side entrance or the main entrance? Where are we going in, Clyde?
Just whichever door is closest, I think.
yeah.
There's probably like a back entrance that you can get to. I imagine this ballroom's a little bit behind where the actual main house is.
Yeah.
As you break open these doors and rush inside, you see a bunch of automatons kind of look over to where the door was, but they can't see you. So they're just like, oh. And then they keep doing what they're doing. But it's eerily quiet in here. Uncomfortably quiet, like this house usually is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get to the room, and then I have an idea.
Okay.
Okay, we're in the room.
You rush towards the room. You have the key, so you
Yeah.
unlock it and get inside. Are you closing the door behind you?
I'll slam it and start just grabbing all of my things and like putting
'Kay.
on my armor as
Sounds
fast
good.
as I can.
What are you doing, Clyde?
Well, I'm waiting till Pharys has all of her stuff,
Okay.
and then I'm going to go converse with an automaton, I
'Kay.
think.
Okay.
And
Sounds good.
I like dust off and like straighten up. And I go, there are criminals abound, and I request your assistance in catching them. All of you automatons, if you could do me a favor and go and get the big hobgoblin woman that is causing chaos in the ballroom, you will find that there is a lot. Please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And he starts to walk, and then he kind of turns around and he goes, "How many of us?"
All of you.
Yes, sir. And he turns around, and you hear this kind of like high pitch, like peached.
High peach.
High peach.
Big
High
peach.
Big peach.
Can we talk about
Giant
Big Peach?
peach.
Can we talk about Big Peach, y'all?
This high.
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
Tell me about this robot peach.
This high.
This robot's got a big peach.
Oh no.
You come to an automaton that is caked up.
And Tesia is now regretting ever playing D&D with us.
Oh no.
Please, you must make this request to the high peach.
To the high peachness.
The high peachness. Rest in peace to whoever's editing this episode.
Our leaders is just whoever has the biggest ass.
I've
I think
never.
we have to keep this in, though.
I have never lost a room so fast by accidentally saying.
I'm still here.
I know.
Here,
Thanks,
I'm
Ben.
invested.
We're here for you.
Yeah, Mandy, you were just curled over the table. And
Yes.
high pitched
Yep.
noise kind of out into the world, and you can hear metal footsteps all around this building start to in unison walk off as you stand out. Did you two follow Clyde out after you grabbed your stuff, Pharys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys just trying to get out of here, rushing away as fast as you can?
Yeah. I would like to go through the gardens
'Kay.
where we can kind of like hide behind hedges and
Okay.
like get to the gate.
Sounds good. As you start rushing down this hallway back into the main entrance to get out into the gardens, so you can try to get out of here without anybody noticing, you see your sister. As you get into this main room, she kind of has tears, like red eyes from her obviously crying, and tear stains down her cheeks as she
We're still
hears-
invisible. Has it been 6 minutes?
It's been 6 minutes.
'Kay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As she hears all this commotion happening outside, you can hear people yelling from the building behind this building that was the ballroom before. But you see her kind of looking. You're all visible now, unless you want to cast something to make you invisible again, which I know you can do.
I super can.
But she kind of rushes down and is looking as these automatons start to filter out like ants back into where this burnt, charred ballroom is. You can smell the smoke from behind this building kind of starting to permeate through the doors where these automatons are leaving. And she kind of looks over to you with tear-stained eyes, looking at you rushing out of this building. You still have a Molotov on you as well. And London, you danced with her. Pharys, you don't know who this is. You're also drunk, so.
Yeah.
And she kind of rushes down. She goes, "What's going on?" Hey, thanks for listening to the episode so far. I hope you're enjoying the Quest Board's first recorded campaign, The Rats Invited. I wanted to just take a second to thank a few people. Thank you to Ryan McDonald, a member of the local film community here in Utah. He hosts a movie night at the Funk and Dive Bar every Monday night and has been extremely supportive of us so far. Thank you to RadioFreeKerbin. He's a Twitch streamer who's been extremely supportive along the way. Also, thank you to KWCR Radio and Studio 76, who allow us to use the recording studio and to post on their Spotify. We literally couldn't do this without them at all. And thank you to you for listening. There's no reason to have a podcast if no one's listening, and we can't thank you enough. You can find everyone I just talked about and more of our socials in the description of this episode. You can also find us live every Wednesday on kwcr.com at 3 to 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We talk about our episode and just about things we want to yap about. Anyway, I've taken up too much of your time already, so I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode.
Well, things got a little out of hand and we were being pursued by some bad people, and I'm sorry. And I start running.
Roll persuasion.
Oh, okay. I'm okay at that. I'm not okay at that.
Wizard.
Oh, boy howdy no. That's a 3.
Oh, man. That's not great, buddy. You say this, and you're just rushing out. You're not really waiting for her reaction or anything, right? You're just going.
Yeah.
You can see her face drop for a split second before you start to rush out, and you can hear her start to, like, sniffle behind you as you rush out the doors. And you know deep in your soul that that did not go over well.
I didn't think it would.
Yeah. As you guys go out into the door, the automatons that usually work in the garden are starting to rush out as well. The farming automatons are going to help because you said all of them, and so
They're gonna kill stock.
that automaton got all. It's very hard to kill stock.
Yeah, but that's all. Those automatons seem a little strong.
Just a little bit.
And that's a
All
lot.
of them.
It is. Your dad is the most powerful enchanter other than Dean Archibald Mage, but he's the most powerful of everything.
Okay.
But he just wants to have jazz.
Right.
As you rush outside, if you look behind you at any point in time, you see this plume of smoke kind of off into the distance as fire starts. And you're trying to sneak through these gardens, right, to try and avoid...
Yeah.
Okay.
Find a suspiciously human-shaped hedge to hide behind.
You guys still have Pass Without a Trace because Pharys hasn't lost concentration on it yet.
That's true.
So you guys all just roll stealth with a plus 10 added onto it.
20.
Ooh.
Nice. That's what's 17 plus 20? 21.
17 plus 20.
21.
17 plus 21.
Shut up.
38.
Thank you. I can't do math.
So I got a 25.
25, 38,
Nat
and
20.
Nat 20. Great.
We are very stealthy.
Oh yeah.
That's what
Pathogens.
I'm leaving. That's what pass.
Pass.
She's no longer. She's no longer a paladin. She's a peachadin.
Peachadin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose it, and it's gonna be all your fault.
Clyde
That's
Erasmus
what
peach
Pass
bag.
Without a Trace does, I think, is what Tesia
Clyde
trying-
Erasmus
Is make you
peach
have
bag.
huge.
huge asses. And people go, whoa! And they're too distracted to do anything.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you're gone. Oh.
I just got a really good idea for my next wizard.
No.
Big
no.
ass.
Big ass.
Big ass wizard.
Big ass wizard.
I could do that. I have polymorph. I could polymorph you into just you with a big ass.
You think Pharys doesn't have a big ass?
No, I'm sure.
Bigger,
But
say.
Yeah.
bigger ass.
Oh.
Biggest.
yeah.
The biggest ass.
So we should play the game, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
How
think
did
so,
how did
too.
our stealth checks go, DM?
That's what. Yeah. You guys all get out there. There's not very many people out here right now. There's people running, but there's this kind of like underlying tone of they're avoiding Clyde no matter what, so they are never kind of in your vicinity. Really, all these automatons are starting to filter out as you're going and just sneaking through this garden, trying to avoid the few stragglers that are still left there. As a couple automatons pass through you, you get through these hedges and to the main gate that leads into the Dieter family like company, essentially. And as you get there, you see the main big overly luxurious doors swing open, and you see your brother Clyde, who has his arm around your sister, who is crying, kind of looking out and trying to find you guys. But you manage, even as you get to this gate, to slip through without them being able to see you. And you see your brother kind of shake his head and say something to your sister that you know is probably not favorable towards you, as she continues to cry, kind of hugging him.
Yeah, because there's still like a ship here. Like, we can get off the island, right? Like, there's a boat. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I stop. I go, I'll meet you guys on the boat. Okay?
Don't get arrested, all right?
I won't get arrested.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm gonna walk up to my brother and my sister.
Okay. Just hold that thought
Yeah.
for just a second. Clyde, London and Pharys, are you guys going to the boat, or are you waiting to see what happens?
You're still dragging me, I'm assuming.
If you would fight against me, I'm gonna go to the boat.
I'll go right with you.
Okay. Sounds good. You guys leave Clyde. You trust Clyde to do whatever he's got to do. It's his
He
family.
came back from the dead, man.
He did.
I did do that.
As you guys start to run as fast as you can towards the boat. Just going. You have to get through this city. There's like chaos happening. People can smell the smoke from this big luxurious building that like pretty much makes up most of the wealth and businesses here. You know, it's probably not a good thing if this business burns down for all of the working class people here. And you start to run away. Clyde. Sorry, I thought Mandy was raising her hand for a second.
I'm just scratching.
Clyde, you start to walk up to your brother and sister.
Yeah. And I stop a good couple of paces away,
Okay.
and I go, I know there's nothing I can say, and I know there's nothing to make you hate me less, but you don't ever have to see me again, is what I say.
And you see as your brother, who's like usually more talkative and, you know, more rude to you, opens his mouth, but your sister kind of pushes off of him, and you see her eyes kind of she gets this angry look at her face. You've never really seen your sister so mad. She's usually timid and soft, and that's what she's known for. She does what she has to do, and she keeps her head down, and that's how she lives. So this is one of the first times you've ever seen your sister angry, and it's directed towards you as she starts to stalk up to you. Are you staying where you are? Are you backing up as she starts to walk towards you?
I'll back up just a little bit, but not really that far away.
Okay. And she keeps walking, and she goes, You think I hate you? You think that's what this is all about? You think I never want to see you again? I never didn't want to see you in the first place. And she keeps walking towards you. Are you just listening?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
If
And
she kills me, that's how I die.
and she eventually gets to you. She's a little bit shorter than you are, as she kind of like puts her finger to your chest as she reaches you. This angry face now directly in front of you as she just lets it all out. She goes, I gave up everything in my life for the hopes that you would get something, that you would do something. I told you, I asked you. One thing today was to just not make it all go wrong, just to listen for one goddamn time, and you didn't. And look what you did. Now there's buildings burning down, there's people chasing after you, there's people dying in there probably. Look. And for what? To feel good about yourself because you hate mom and dad? What about me? Huh?
Look, I never asked you to do any of that for me.
You didn't have to.
And I appreciate it. But it's hard to see when my entire life was people telling me that I'm not good enough. You understand that?
I never said that.
You didn't stand up for me.
I'm sorry. What did you want me to do?
Anything.
Burn our house down? Stand up to mom and dad? Lose my job?
Yeah.
Then
Stand
what?
up to mom and dad.
Are you gonna support me?
I'm doing it fine on myself, I guess.
Where are you living?
Well, look, the point is, I had to be me. And what you asked me to do today goes against what I believe. I couldn't do it. I didn't intend for the house to burn down or any of this chaos to happen. I didn't intend for any of that. And I'm not going to say sorry because you're not going to take it. And I understand. It is my fault. But I couldn't go against my own values.
I don't care about your damn values. I know you're stubborn and you're stuck up. You're just like Mom and Dad in that way.
Ooh. Clyde kind of darkens a little bit. See, don't ever say that.
Then stop acting like them.
I have never seen. You want to call me acting just like Mom and Dad? I have never seen you embody Mom more in my entire life.
She goes, well, I never tried not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a wonder why I thought you hated me.
I think that you think this whole world's against you, and that nobody likes you, and nobody cares about you, and that everything's just poor Clyde, right? You think it wasn't hard for us? You think it wasn't hard for me? You ran away for 25 years.
Ran away? I went to college.
You went to college and you never talked to us again. That was your choice, not ours. I don't care what Mom and Dad did. You didn't have to stop talking to me. But you did. You chose that. You chose to cut everybody off. You chose to run away and be some big old hero without the rest of the family. I get that you don't like that they held a celebration for you.
That celebration wasn't
hero.
for me.
I know it was for them. But it was in your honor.
It wasn't.
But it was.
It had nothing to do with my honor.
You
I was a
gotta-
faceless mask that did something they could take credit for. That's what it was.
You gotta tell your big old speech of whatever you wanted. You gotta disown our entire family, including me, including my husband and my son, who I named after you, you bastard, because I loved you that much. You abandoned us, and then you come here, and I ask you to play into it for one damn night. And you said no, and guess what? I didn't interfere. I didn't try to ruin your night. I didn't even tell you you were wrong. I went and I danced around with your fancy rat friend. I did everything for you tonight. And then you go down and you burn a building and you curse my name. I know it was for Mom and Dad, but it's my name too. Remember, I was born with that name too. And I'm not changing it. Because I'm not a coward who runs away from my responsibilities. And you're right. Maybe I don't ever want to see you again. Not after what you pulled tonight. So go. Run away. Be some hero. Go with your new friends. Ignore everything I've ever done for you. Everything I gave up for you.
That's fine. At the end of the day, you're still a Dieter.
Yeah. Well, you can't change
I don't
your
even
blood.
let her finish. I misty step onto the boat.
The boat's decently far away. I don't know if you could get all the way there, but you could probably get to...
It's just visual range.
You can't see the boat from this distance. You have to go through the city to get to
I misty
it.
step pretty far away.
Okay, sounds good.
They can still see me.
Yeah, it's you can get out of their visual range.
Yeah.
But you start going London, Clyde. Not Clyde. Why do I do that? You're Clyde now, Pharys.
Yeah.
London.
I'm Pharys Lichtwald.
You
Look at me,
guys.
I have a deer.
You guys start to run away. You can hear some interaction. You can hear Clyde start to apologize as you start to sprint off into the distance. And you keep going just as fast as you can, right? Running away.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, as you start to run, you see it's about winter time in this world, but you guys are having a late winter. There's been no snow or anything in this part of the world yet, and so you haven't had to worry about it. Everything's been good at work, nothing's been bad, but as you start to run, you feel a little drop on you, London, and then you, Pharys, as you start to watch snowflakes fall to the ground, and interspersed in these snowflakes are ashes from the burning down ballroom that you guys took place in burning down. And you get this mix of snowdrops and ash on your skin as this whole city starts to get covered from this large fire that you guys set. as you start to run away, and eventually, Clyde, I'll let you just misty step to them.
Okay.
As you guys are decently close to the boat now, and you see Clyde kind of pop in front of you. How are you looking, Clyde, as you get to them?
Awful. He looks like he's aged like 10 years if he was a human. He looks like he's aged like 1,000 years. Like his skin is like hanging and he's got huge bags under his eyes. And he's just he's got nothing.
Are you all right?
I am not. Let's leave.
All right.
Great. You guys start to run away, and you eventually reach the boat. You can see some people coming out of their houses and their places of business, kind of watching as this fire rages on. It hasn't reached the main building or anything, but you can tell it'll probably spread to other buildings behind the ballroom and stuff eventually. And it'll definitely set your parents back by a good chunk. But, you know, they're also rich and could probably rebuild if they needed to.
Like, unbelievably rich.
Yeah,
Like,
unbelievably rich. Like, unlimited amount of the most expensive cheese kind of rich.
Which I do have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a win.
And everything, this ash starts to hit you, this cold chill starts to come in. You guys, you know, you're dressed for a fancy event, so it's not the most, like, cold-resistant clothes you have as you're going. Pharys, you're kind of grasping onto all of your stuff, trying to keep it all together as you had hurriedly packed. And you get to the boat, and you see the ferryman kind of pulls over and helps you guys on. And you guys just hopping on?
Yep.
Yeah.
Great. You hop on, and you guys start to sail away. After your first official visit to the mainland of Turgos for London and Pharys, you start to sail away off into the distance. And as you go, you guys hear this loud, deafening roar kind of throughout where you guys are leaving right now. As this loud roar, louder than anything you've ever physically heard before, starts to resound through this whole territory. And you watch as this red dragon emerges from the burning building that you guys lit on fire, and starts flying into the sky. And you watch as this dragon's fire starts getting directed towards obviously things that are fighting this dragon, as the fire kind of overtakes, burning more than what you guys intended, but now it's not as much of your fault.
Well, that's not my fault.
We didn't do that.
That's a dragon.
You just set a cajillion automatons on her, you know.
We've got a huge amount of plausible
What do you mean
deniability
by
now.
It is very true. And you
Clyde vomits.
you vomit. Are you vomiting on the ferry or off the ferry?
Just wherever I am. Sort of like I'm standing, like just staring, and it just like pours out of my mouth.
Yeah.
God.
And you hear roars and screams and cries as this dragon kind of lights things up. You guys.
Yeah, I cast non-detection on the boat
Okay.
just
Great.
in case. Like,
Grand.
Can I cast Find Steed? How big is this ferry?
It's decent size. This is like the main land of Turgos, and so they travel a lot of people in and out of
Okay.
it. So.
I'm gonna cast Find Steed to zip my little Oliver right back to me.
Okay. Sounds good.
Get him out of the chaos.
You cast Find Steed. You guys can see there's some like magical energy that's kind of all over the place on this place now, on this island now that you just came from, and there seems to be a whole battle happening here as you leave your family and your past to deal with the chaos that you started. And
nothing I could have done anyway.
and this all is happening, and eventually splashing in the water next to the ferry, you hear and if you look over, you see Oliver in his like Find Steed version of this more fancy, version
glowing.
of him, bigger. He could carry 2 people instead of just one now.
Ooh, big elk.
Yeah.
As he starts to swim, and it's just
Can somebody help me? I'm gonna try and pull him into the ferry.
okay.
Yeah, I'll help.
I don't think I would be of much assistance.
Great. will you both roll strength for me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you get him up. It's just gonna be how hard.
That's a
is it?
natural 20.
Oh,
beautiful.
You just like grab him
Yeah.
by the scruff.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Strong rat.
14.
14. Ferris, you like reach down to try and grab him, but you just see Strong Rat reach down and he grips onto the tuft of his neck and just single-handedly pulls up this humongous elk onto
London.
the ferry.
And Clyde's like, wow.
That was like out of your
It
traumatic
snapped
stupor.
me out. Yeah.
Like, God damn. As you pull this elk onto the ferry, as you start to go away, he kind of like shakes himself off like a dog, kind of wetting all of you guys and the few other people who are on the ferry who are just trying to like get back home from the night they just had.
Yeah.
Some of them are ignoring you. Some of them are ignoring you on purpose.
Oh.
Yeah. As you guys start to sail back to the Coral Bayou, which is where the
Yeah.
ferry drops you off
And that's
at.
got such a good name that's where we're going to play the rest of the campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys start to sail. It's a little bit of a journey. You guys can feel the night kind of weighing on you, everything that you just experienced, and you can still hear screaming and the dragon attacks happening far off in the distance. What are we doing as we sail away? We want any conversation, or are we just quietly sitting there?
So, where are we going? If need be, I have a place we might be able to lie low for a bit.
That sounds good.
That might be for the best.
We're also pretty deep in this anti-dragon business that we should probably go to where those anti-dragon people were.
You are out of a carriage,
That's true.
so the journey back to Aminar would take a little bit.
I have money.
My place is much closer. It's in.
Yeah. I say we go there first at least. But we need we can't just stay there forever.
No.
I hope Dean Mage is doing all right with the dragon. He's fine.
He's fine.
Yeah, we go to, I assume, just like a literal hole in like a wall.
No.
Yeah. So where you're taking them is with your buddies, right?
My buddies, my pals,
and that's-
in the sketchiest part of Turgos
Yeah,
we can
so
possibly be.
That's into
I-
like the very beginning of Inland Turgos.
I hope to God all of your friends are just regular rats.
That'd be really good.
Like a lot of regular rats.
There's definitely rats in there. There's definitely regular rats in there,
1000%.
without
Uh,
a doubt. London talks to them.
yeah. And you can.
What a beautiful creature.
And you can just talk to them because you are part them.
Exactly.
You know Ratlish.
Ratlish.
I don't know if there's an actual rat language, but it's Ratlish.
There's
now.
low speak.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, it's Ratlish in low speed. That's what it's called. You start to go. You make a trek through the Coral Bayou. Oliver can take 2 people on his back now, so somebody has to walk.
I'm fine. I polymorph into a horse.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
What does horse
Oh.
Clyde look like?
It is, you can tell, so it appears it's a white horse with a very shaggy mane and like drooping features and a lot of dirt on it. But you can tell that if he was feeling better, it would be like sparkling and magnificent, like this
Incredible.
bright, perfectly white steed
Oh, wonderful.
with a blonde mane. But he's like, I got it, and he manifests into this like sad horse.
Manifest into sad horse.
Is the blonde mane also dyed brown?
Yeah, it's a little bit brown. Yeah,
You can't tell if it's mud and dirt or
yeah.
if it's dyed.
Especially right now.
yeah. Has a
Yeah.
little bit of flavor. It has like a cold brand of a star on like the haunch.
Yeah, that's good.
incredible.
Do you still got the dragon with the sword through it brand on your horse body?
I think that's up to you. Would that still
Yeah,
appear?
sure. You still have it. You can see it's like really small though. 'Cause
Holding
it's,
a, like a horse
yeah,
holding
yeah, because it's a little horse arm, so it's not very big.
Okay.
Horse arm. farm.
Yeah, you probably couldn't even really make out what it is. You could tell there's a brand there, but it's like, what an inconvenient spot to brand a horse, you know.
All right.
As you start to journey. London, are you riding on Oliver with Pharys, or are you riding on Clyde?
It's fully up to you, big man.
The elk's definitely bigger, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Than the elk. Yeah,
Okay.
Oliver.
Sounds
Pharys
good.
will climb on and like immediately pass out, like in between his antlers.
Great. Sounds good. You see Pharys kind of pass out between the antlers as you hop on the back. As you get on. And you guys start to just walk towards Inland Turgos, towards the most shady, rundown spot that Pharys and Clyde, you guys have probably never even really been in this spot. It's that bad.
I just read something important about polymorph.
Yeah.
Which is that I do take on the characteristics of my gear. So I am a purple with stars horse.
Oh, that's phenomenal. I love that so much. It's you couldn't have told me a better thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys start to go down. I'm trying to find the city name really fast.
Yeah.
As
I
go.
don't remember.
Farmington.
Farmington. Just
Farmington,
a real,
Utah.
Just a real city in
And
the state
it's
we
my
live in.
address.
Yeah.
Ready? I'm gonna say it.
It's really
Ooh,
good.
I'm gonna say it.
Like a threat.
Ooh, I'm gonna say it.
This time I'm really gonna do it.
Here's my social security number.
Yeah.
It's called Coombe, is what it's called.
Boom.
You.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Coombe.
Then just die.
As you walk towards this, you see there's a big nightlife. Everybody's dressed in shady clothes, and there's taverns all over the place. There's some clubs down here, brothels, stuff like that, all over the place. Everything is run down here. There's not a single penny from Inland Turgos that is pumped into this part of Inland Turgos. As you walk down there, there's people doing all sorts of things as you go down. And what? And you just taking them right to your little spot?
Well, yeah, but it's not like right out in the open. It's a little
No, I
secret.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A big sign that says like thieves' hole.
And it's like a really obvious like mouse hole.
The great thing is you get to describe where it is since it's your spot
Dope.
and what it
okay.
looks like.
Yeah. It's probably something simple, like just somewhere in an alleyway. I'll have us get off Oliver, and I'll have you not be a bright purple horse anymore.
Yeah, I when I unpolymorph, I'm kind of like on all fours, and I stand up
It's really good.
and I like look around and I cast another illusion spell to make myself look poor because I'm like I don't want to get robbed here.
That's crazy.
Oh boy.
I'm wearing like the fanciest clothes ever.
It's true.
Kind of all of us are.
Yeah.
We
going
are
into-
targets.
Oh, London
Oh,
would have
yeah.
stripped down.
No, he stripped down in the party.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys had looked at any point during the ball, the shoes were gone.
Yeah, he's got the nice coat and like that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's down to the pants and the nice coat now.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. Describe what this walk up to your little hole in the wall looks like, where you go, and what it looks like once you get inside.
Yeah, so it's probably like right next to like a brothel of some sort. We're gonna walk up like near it, and I'm just gonna, all right, don't look at anybody, mind your business.
Okay.
All right.
I'm like weary-eyed, half awake. I'm like kind of leaning against Oliver, not really talking, just like, oh, all right.
That's crazy because you are an elf that doesn't sleep. You must have been really drunk.
Yo, yeah,
Yeah.
she's exhausted out of her mind.
Yeah.
Being drunk must suck for elves.
Yeah.
You can't go to sleep and wait.
Yeah.
You just like
She just gotta meditate and hope
Yeah.
for the best.
Oh yeah.
It's fantastic. You're gonna have to remind me the names of your two companions because you didn't put them in the slideshow with your character
Oh
stuff.
crap!
That
That is the question.
yeah. So you could just hunt them down. You walk into next to this brothel. Does it look like just like a building, or is it literally like a secret tunnel that you have to like pull a brick to get?
So it's literally, we'll walk down this alleyway. I'm sure there's some sketch people down there that we'll just ignore.
Mm-hmm.
And there's gonna be a little slat, little board that you push, and then we'll go into this little hallway.
yeah. I like keep my I like flip my hat like down so I don't make eye contact like you told me.
Fantastic. yeah, you guys walk through and you see a handful of people. There's some people doing shady deals in these dark hallways that lead down. It's very minimal lighting across this entire thing. They don't have a high budget here by any means. People kind of look at you guys as you walk. Obviously dejected and drunk. Makes you an easier target as well, as people kind of walk past. Nobody's tried to steal anything yet as you go down, as London's a little bit more known around these parts. But you have you got a section down there. Do you stay with your 2 companions? Yeah. Do you like live with your 2 companions?
Yes.
Fantastic. Yeah, you got to find those names for me. Izzy.
I have them. I'm gonna
Okay.
text them to you right now.
Great.
Bert and Bart.
Bert
You know?
and Bart.
Almost.
Bert and Bart. Fantastic. Oh yeah. I remember this.
yes.
Okay.
Took me a second.
I'll make sure to write it down in my notes, and you should also do
Yes,
that.
I will.
And you guys start walking down, and you eventually get to this little section that is probably where you stay for the most part. What's your little like apartment / room in this little thing look like as everybody walks inside?
Yeah, it's definitely run down. Like there's like only a few like string lights, you know, that you have to pull, and sometimes they don't even actually work. It's definitely like blankets. There's no actual rooms. We all just kind of sleep on the floor
next to each other.
Blankets thrown kind of in like a nest situation. There's a small couch that has holes in it, and it's like fraying at the edges a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Yeah, you see laying kind of on the floor with a blanket wrapped around him is this man who, you know, he's dressed kind of in skeevy clothes, but he looks a tad bit nicer than like most of the people down here, kind of a button up and everything. He's got some glasses that sit at the edge of his nose. He just is like a stereotypical gray wolf, but like anthropomorphized, of course. He's got these bright yellow eyes, and he kind of looks up as you 3 walk in, and he's just like, oh. Well, hello there. Good to see you all.
Yes.
Who is?
Hello.
Hello.
Or a bit. I know I disappeared for a bit.
It's just a little bit.
It's not. It's
Fine.
normal.
No, you're fine.
This is Pharys
Nice to meet you.
and Clyde.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
My name's Brighton.
Does Oliver fit in this room?
Definitely not.
No.
I was
Definitely
like, wait,
not.
did he follow us in here?
Oliver, yeah, can like kind of try to squeeze through the halls of this, but he's got to stay outside if he's
Yeah.
staying out. He's just like, we can find space for people to sleep here, I guess.
Just a bit. We're just gotta lay low for a bit. You'll
Sure.
hear about it soon.
Katie will be back in just a moment.
All right.
Yeah. Well, make yourself at home. I have some extra blankets I can grab you.
I just like curl up in a corner.
Oh no. So what's the deal with that guy? He's not being quiet at all.
Yeah.
With Clyde.
I know, Clyde. What's up with you?
Oh, you know, just weary after a long day of adventuring, you know.
We blew up his family's house.
Oh. Well, that sounds
A
fun.
dragon did most of it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Very nice. Well, and he kind of like walks over to you, Pharys, and just like helps you sit down somewhere on the floor on some blankets, and like puts a blanket over top of you. She's like, this one's drunk, yeah?
Very.
Oh, great.
I'm getting better.
she's not.
No.
It's all right. I have eyes, yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
gonna pull out one of the nice rich people wines.
Oh,
Hand
great.
it to him. For you.
Oh.
I give him mine as well that does have a handkerchief in it. I'm like, and this one does other stuff.
Well, that's quite useful. Thank you.
Yeah.
I
I'll
have
use it.
one too, and I'll hand the one that I've had in my hand this entire
Great.
time.
Well, great. This will last us quite a bit of time,
Mhm.
as long as Katie doesn't get her hands on it. But
Hide it in
I kind
the
of
wall over there.
sit up. Is there a place I can buy things here?
Plenty.
yeah, probably not like in this place because people aren't going to like scam you the entire time. But if you want, like, I can take you into the city.
Okay. Can I have some of that stuff you stole? To sell? To buy things?
What are you buying?
That's a question.
It's a little secret, I think.
Well, I stole it.
For me. I asked you to do it. Just one. Give me one.
I'll take out around 250 gold
Great.
worth stuff and give it to him.
Okay.
I would like to go buy a scroll of fireball, please.
Okay. It is the middle of the night. This is a very shady town. Are
Yeah.
you wanting to go out in the night?
Yeah.
Okay. You start to walk out. You see Brighton. He kind of stands up and gets ready to go out with you. And as you start to walk out of this little hole, you see carrying like 4 pizzas in her hands is this big rhino beetle looking woman. She has horns, which is more like stereotypical of like male rhino beetles, but she's a girl.
Yeah.
And you kind of
Yeah.
you kind of bump into her as she walks inside with the 4 pizzas, and she kind of looks to you, London, speaking in the Thrycreen
Cool.
language, and kind of looks over. I don't figure either of you speak Thrycreen, right?
I speak Common, Sign Language, and Elvish.
Great.
That makes so
I
much
speak Common,
Great.
Draconic, and Elvish.
Fantastic. Neither of those are that. And she kind of looks over and she's like, what are these? Who are these? What is this?
Clyde is staring like in awe. It's like, you are the coolest person I think I've ever seen.
And she kind of like, her little eye kind of like peeks over
He
to
gets,
you.
he like, it's a little freaky, but he's like,
Yeah, and you see she kind of like breaks out of the Thrycreen, and she just goes, thank you.
yeah, you're like a beetle. That's awesome. I've never met anyone. I apologize. I've never met anybody like you before.
No, that's okay.
That's crazy. That's so cool.
That's fine. My and she kind of looks over.
I'm
She's
gonna
like,
pull
my common isn't very good.
I'm gonna pull a Liam and do a. This is just how London does.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is Clyde,
Okay.
Pharys.
Okay.
I'm halfway into my trance at this point. I'm just
Yeah.
like slowly
Right.
starting to meditate.
Caused a lot of trouble.
Oh. Okay.
Just
yeah.
need to lay low
All right.
for a bit. Yeah, London
fine.
is actively speaking Thrycreen.
Yeah. It's just like various different like.
That's crazy that you can
Yeah.
speak that language.
Yeah.
I like give like a thumbs up. Like, oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Brighton kind of also looks over and just goes, yeah, we're going on this trip to take this guy shopping.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. And she kind of looks over to you, Clyde, as you just stare in awe at this rhino
It's so
beetle
cool.
lady. And she just goes, pizza.
Yeah. When I get back,
Oh, yes,
I
yes.
go buy a fireball scroll.
Okay, yes. Pizza when you get back. And
Nice.
she starts to like.
I know I said I wasn't gonna romance anybody.
Isn't she
She's so lovely. Her full name is Katie.
Katie did.
Oh my god.
I
And
was so excited.
You
to
kind of
make
walk
her.
over. You feel like a gentle pat on your head from these like little bug hands as you go into your state. It's very nice. As you drift off to sleep, she sets the pizza on the counter. You and Brighton go off to hit the town with this wolf man. And London, you and Katydid can just settle down for some late night dinner.
Absolutely.
And you guys are in this bit of calm after everything you just did.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that there is so much waiting for you in the morning, but that's not your problem right now. And that's where we're going to leave off tonight's session.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We did it.
we did in it.
Oh, I'm so happy you guys met. Katie did. I love her.
Katie did.
Katie did.
She did,
did
didn't
what?
she?
Katie did.